Okay, you guys, the last ghost of fear is the fear of death. The fear of death. This one I think has gotten better. At least, I know in my world, in the, the Jesus world that I'm in, I already know that, dude, death is, this is just temporary. Everything we got going on here, there's no fear of death at all. For me, you may not be in that space. You can get in that space, I guarantee you. And all it takes is awareness. All it takes is awareness. And, willingness to learn a little bit more. All right. So this fear of death, and it all started way back in the day where, people talk about hell and, oh my goodness. And, we thought we had to earn our way into heaven and hell. And, this whole concept of heaven and hell. All of that stuff breeds this whole fear of death. So you think, well, if I'm not good enough, if I screw up, whatever, I'm going to go to hell, and hell's a terrible place, I'll be burning. And so that's the big driver of this fear of death. Okay, so if you've got the fear of death and you're worried about dying, oh my goodness, here it is. You got to switch that. If you spend more time thinking about dying than you are thinking about making the most of your life, then you're operating under the fear of death. Because your life is happening right now. You ain't dead. If you're watching this, you're alive. So guess what? You still have more to do. So just focus on that. Remember, fear is not real anyway. So why do you fear death? It's going to happen to everybody. So don't fear it. Just do what you can do today to enjoy this awesome life. And here, this is a little bit tough for people to get their arms around, but death is just a transition. Life is just matter and energy, and neither one of those can be destroyed. Matter and energy can be transformed. All right, can't be destroyed. So you guys, and again, it may take some time, but we're just a spirit in a meat suit, as our friend Sally Gray would say. We're just a soul, a spirit in a meat suit. We're going to continue on. This is just a meat suit. This is just our suit that we're living in right now. That's all. But who we are is going to go on eternally. It's a beautiful thing. So fear of death. Causes of fear of death. Ill health, poverty, lack of an occupation. All right. If you don't have a true occupation, you don't know what your purpose is, that can cause you to slip into this fear of death. If you're worried about ill health, fear of death. Poverty, fear of death. Disappointment over love, that can lead to this fear of death. Insanity, of course, and then religious fanaticism. If you're just way crazy about religion, because religion, that can be really scary. So all of those things can lead to the fear of death. So you guys, overarching, these 6 ghosts of fear is one thing, and that is worry. Worry is the culprit through indecision for everything. So you have to kill the habit of worrying. I cannot put it more straightforward than that. You have to kill the habit of worrying. Okay? Worry, anytime you're worrying, that's Satan. That's fear. Worry is Satan's playground. And I don't know how else to say. You don't believe in Satan, I don't know, the evil, whatever you think it is. But God is love. God is good. So if you're worrying, that's not God. God does not want you to spend 1 second worrying. He didn't create us for that. He's got us. So if you spend 1 second worrying, that's a second that you're giving in to fear. And a good chance one of these 6 fears that we've talked about over the past 6 days are what you're giving into. So the last way the devil kind of encapsulates this whole thing is by negative influences. So if you're worrying, then take a look at any of the negative influences that you have in your life and get rid of them. If it's watching the news, if it's friends, if it's social media, if it's I don't care what it is, the environment, it's what you have when you look around your home. What do you see? What influences do you see? Negative influences. If you want to eat healthy, what's in your cupboard? That's an example of a negative influence. If you want to eat healthy, what's in your cupboard? Take a look. What are your negative influences around you? And of course, the converse is have some positive influences. That's what it's all about. So I'm gonna say to you guys, if you want to get more into overcoming these fears, then join us in Life Transformed, because that's what we do. We get you out of isolation where fear can reign and into community where we work on this stuff together. And there's so many ways you can do that. You can do coaching, you can do workshops, you can do book masterminds, you can do masterminds. We'll be doing experiences together. We do devotions at Stories Coffee on Wednesdays that you can come out to. Any number of ways to get involved. So I ask you guys, to do that. Take action. I'm always going to tell you, take action. So your action today will be to reach out and get connected in our community somehow, some form, some way. Okay? You won't regret it. And let's overcome these 6 basic ghosts of fear. And let's kick the butt out of worry. Worry is just, you guys, my heart just breaks for people that are consumed by worry. Because there is nothing good comes of it. Zero. It does not serve anybody at all to worry 1 second. I know, easier said than done, right? I know people, Bob, well, it's easier for you to say. Well, no. It isn't just easy for me to say. It's easy for anybody to say. It's true. That is truth. That is truth. Okay, worry does not serve you. You can control your thoughts. You can control your mind. But you have to make it a habit. You have to start by reprogramming your mind, reprogramming those thoughts. And it starts with just auto-suggestion and making a habit of doing things that are going to serve you positively. So get in our community, you guys. Reach out, and we will get you in some form, some fashion, some way. Okay, love you. Thank you for sticking with me on this series.